brothers and the occasional sister joining us today. I've done a bro check video every day for the last sort of 10 days. Whoa, stinging nettle, a lovely plant to make into a tea. You don't want it on you. I've done a video every day since we've got the channel back up and running, and I want to say thank you for those that have subscribed and joined, and also a massive thanks to those that jumped on my Patreon. Anyway, today there's a lot of work going on, but I wanted to pump out something very quickly while I'm working at the same time. I've got two jobs going on. I've got people working for me. I'll show you what's going on. I've had the power man out that does the trees, treescape I think they call themselves, because these trees here are going through my power lines, and they've got to come down so we can get the power back. I've only got one phase running at the house, and I've also got the boys, Kenny and the boys, working on my new pole shed, which has been a long time coming. So I'm going to have a shed. Woohoo! Every bloke needs a shed, eh? Gotta have a shed. And what's going to go in the shed? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Watch that space. I'm trying to manifest a Toyota Land Cruiser, V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. I read this thing once. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's called the law of attraction. These sorts of things, you know, they sound all good in theory, but when you do them, do they work? Well, I'll keep on trying to manifest it and keep on imagining I've got it, and I can see myself driving along in this V8 Land Cruiser and imagine how it feels going over the rugged terrain, the good clearance and diff lock and turbo V8. Oh, sounds so good. But then the reality is I've got things like this fucking driveway here, which that's actually my driveway. I use the neighbours because I've got to grade the driveway, and that's going to cost like money. Everything's money, and I should fix that up before I think about buying a Toyota Land Cruiser. Anyway, I'll show you what's going on down here. The boys put the scaffolding up yesterday, not these boys, these scaffold boys, and on the top there, that's Kenny. He's a good bastard. He's a Scotsman. That's him right there. I'm just zooming in on, and he's the main man that run the whole show, and a bloody good worker, and just a good bastard. He's building this pole shed for me. That's where we're at with it, and that's his workers down there. He's actually got three guys. One's away in Australia right now. They don't muck around, man. I built one of these years ago down in Alexandra, and we used a cherry picker. I reckon the scaffolding makes it much faster. They've put all that wood up this morning. Murray doing the spraying today because it's fine weather.
Yep.
Yep.
Hang on. Nielsen Sexual Health Clinic.
Kenny and his boys work like a well-oiled machine, and whilst it costs a hell of a lot to put scaffolding up, it's actually safer, gets the job done faster, and I think the economy of it works actually better in the end. And that's the thing, isn't it, with life? Sometimes we try to take shortcuts with stuff and they end up costing us more and doing more. So it makes sense to try to look at the bigger picture when you're doing anything in this world. And I remember years ago, I went to Europe. I was just a kid. I was 27. And I'd had my life savings, which was a lot of money back then. I'd worked hard, because I started working when I was 10, collecting rags for the Neurological Foundation. Then I worked in a chicken factory. I was at school, and then I left home at 15 and I worked in the tobacco plantations. And I did all the seasonal jobs and the forestry jobs and the farming jobs. And by the time I was 27, I'd accumulated 40,000 New Zealand dollars. I can thank my stepmother for that, because she made me start to bank when I was 18, because prior to that I was just like wasting it all. Well, I wasn't wasting it, I was having fun. You know, pissing it up against the wall and snorting up my nose, and everywhere else it went. Bloody woman and booze, all the pitfalls of being a young man. if I could go back and talk to my younger self today, I'd give myself a good kick up the arse and say, wake the fuck up. But anyway, we've got to go through it, don't we? So, my stepmum, Sue, she said, look, you need to start a savings plan. So from 18 to 27, I saved 40 grand. I went over to Europe. My dad said, well, you really, you get a good job here, son. You really want to be leaving it? And I said, I want to try something else. I want to be a musician. He wasn't sure about it. I came home after a year. He said, well, how'd you go? I said, Dad, it's amazing over there. I've actually I've got something really good that's going to happen. I'm going to start working as a musician. And he said, how much money did you make while over there? I said, oh, I didn't. I spent pretty much most of my life savings. He was like, what? He just stopped. I said, yeah. But I had to set it up to, set up this circuit I'm going on. He was like, oh, all right. And anyway, the following year, I earned that $40,000 back. I made it all back. And the next year, I made even more. So sometimes you've got to just invest and put something in to get something back. And that's how it was. And I love playing. I wouldn't change any of those years playing in Europe. Great time of my life. And one day I'll do a Throwback Thursday and I'll tell you just one story about one place, because there's so many different stories. Anyway, today I'm actually painting. I'm starting to get my dad's houseboat. Well, it's mine now. I've inherited it, but I'm starting to refix up all the jobs that I've got behind with. And all these jobs did get behind because I had a lot of things pile up while I was crook last year. Well, through this last year. But now I'm getting it back. I'm back into it. And today we're painting. I've been changing the water in the batteries, and I've got Giselle, who's 18. She's working, and I've got Julie, who's also working, and myself, and we've been smashing it out. And I'm enjoying it. It's going to be awesome. We've got it finished. This will be the first year since I've had this bit of land. I've had to take some hay off and make them into bales I can handle rather than big baleage. And we'll be able to store it in my new shed.
Yeah, a lot of this we'll have to redo it later when the cat stuff's gone, because
Yep.
we can't get finish the endy bits.
Yep. So Julie's just done this side here, and Giselle's on the other side doing a brilliant job. I've been working on the solar power system today, fixing up some batteries. I put a new system in, which is regulates and controls everything. I'll show you what that looks like. That's the old one. I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. It was actually stuffed. And that's a new system in there now, and it's working good. Here's the control panel here. My father built all this. Saloon. And that's our saloon light going. Beautiful. These two. Nice. Good. Looking outside, you can see our solar panels up over there on the roof. Right, the ladies have been doing a bloody awesome job. I'm going to go and get some eggs out of the chicken house, make some veggies out of the garden, and I'm going to cook them up some lunch. So today's Broadshed Club doesn't come with any message of anything wonderful, other than that I guess I'll end by saying the moral of the story is sometimes you just got to invest a little bit more to get a little bit back. And it comes down to the same old thing I always say: work bloody hard and endure a little bit of hardship, and in the end it'll be better. Trying to take shortcuts, and it never works. It never works. What's the old saying? You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. Well, I'd actually pay a guy on this job, and I'm not employing him again because he pretty much ripped me off. He won't be coming back, but that's a one-off. I've got my whole vegetable garden enclosed, and look at the size of that big thistle there. It's actually an artichoke. The wasabi is seeding after the rain. Oh, super duck stuffing up her eggs in a nest, getting herself all flustered. They're not going to ever hatch. They're hopeless mothers. I'm going to make lunch for the ladies, some veggies out of the garden, some eggs out of the chicken house, and I hope you enjoy this Broadshed Club video. Have a great day, brothers, and the occasional sister too. Right, I'm kitchen bitch. I don't mind being kitchen bitch. I love cooking. I really do, especially when it's all my own produce. Kale looks like a big pot plant, just feeding off that. And check out this, all out of the garden again, all my own fresh veg. Lovely stuff. Good tucker. Go steady, brothers. See ya.